Tonight, family and friends of fallen El Paso police officer Adrian Arellano are honoring his memory before he's laid to rest tomorrow. ABC 7's Pilar Arias was at the visitation tonight. She joins us live with more. Pilar.
Estella, a flag flew high this evening off an El Paso fire truck ladder in honor of Officer Arellano. He was the officer killed 5 days ago during a T-bone collision on Yarborough and Edgemere while guiding a funeral procession. Today, I learned why he had a passion for volunteering his time to help others while they grieved.
A lot of people cared about him, not just on the department, but off.
Brothers and sisters in blue, along with loved ones of fallen El Paso police officer Adrian Arellano, crowded Mount Carmel Funeral Home as the services began to say farewell.
I actually got the news about an hour after the whole incident happened. Of course, cried, called Margaret. That's my first instinct, his wife, because she's a really good friend of mine. The whole family is, and so my first instinct was to call her. I was devastated.
Last Wednesday, Arellano was guiding a funeral procession on El Paso's east side to Fort Bliss Cemetery. El Paso police investigators say a bike officer was stopped at the intersection directing traffic, but 54-year-old Maria Soto ignored directions and proceeded west on Edgemere at Yarborough. Arellano hit the side of the vehicle, was thrown from his bike, and died at the hospital.
It's tough, especially in the Mission Valley, because he's been a part of our community for a decade. He's been one of our best workers there, and he's such a good guy. He's easy to be around, and he's a very dedicated worker, and that just touches people when something like this happens, and it's somebody that you have an affinity for, that it's so easy to care for and be a friend with. It's touched us pretty deeply.
Sergeant David Cox was one of Arellano's supervisors. He said the officer not only left behind a wife, but an 11-year-old son. Sergeant Cox told me that Arellano's wife, Margaret, expresses her sympathy to everyone involved in the crash. Back to you.
Okay, Pilar, thank you very much. Our prayers with the family. And by the way, the procession begins tomorrow at 12:10 in the afternoon from Mount Carmel Funeral Home on Zaragoza. It will travel north to Saul Kleinfeld, then west on Pebble Hills to Yarborough. The procession will then go south to Album before traveling west to Zanzibar, then south to the church. From St. Raphael to Mount Carmel Cemetery, the procession will travel east on Ashwood to Yarborough. There it is on your screen. Then it'll travel north to Pebble Hills before going east to Loop 375. Once on Loop 375, the procession will exit at Zaragoza. It will then go north on Zaragoza to the cemetery. We have all the details at KVIA.com, and keep in mind the route will pass several schools in case you need to make alternate plans.